Okay, today we continue with our big idea this term of creating push or pull toys. First of all, let's look at today's double axle carts or a push car, okay, or vehicle. Let's draw a top view. We'll have our chassis, which we use out of cardboard. Punch some holes in there. We'll use these as attachment points for our axles. Then we will attach wheels, okay? Now, this is our top view. Now let's draw a side view. Again, start with the chassis, some little attachment points we'll draw in our axles, and then we will attach our wheels. Now, if you wanted to make a cart or a trailer, you can reposition your axles and wheels to about halfway. Today you will need scissors or a hole punch, okay? You will need straws or a piece of dowel. You might even use some paper rolled up. These are for our axles. Next, for our wheels, you could use lids of milk containers. You could use foam balls if you have any lying around, or even Play-Doh. You've had some experience making wheels out of Play-Doh and creating axles in one of our last lessons when we made a single axle trailer. Now for attachments, you could use pipe cleaners, cable ties, or those little bread ties that you get on your end of your bread bags, loaves of bread. You could use glue or blue tack. Now let's make some axles. Just a quick little example of making axles. Attaching to paper, I've taken a piece of blue tack, I've wrapped it around the inside of the lid, the milk lid, and I can attach it that way. So that's using paper as an axle. You'll notice that piece of paper from the previous lesson. Or if you had a piece of dowel, you could simply attach it with a bit of blue tack on the end. You could use a hot glue gun if that's what you had available too. Okay. Now to attach these axles, put some marks that are about the width of the axle. You could use a hole punch. Later on you'll see how I use a pair of scissors or even a pen or a pencil to poke through holes. Okay. That matches about the width. I thread through my pipe cleaner. Don't make it too tight, but tight enough to hold your axle there. Now I'm looking at this and I think, oh, my axle is way too wide for my chassis, so I'm going to chop that off. Let's attach our axles. You might use scissors to punch a hole, but be super careful here. You might want to get mum or dad to give you a hand. You could also use a pencil or a pen to carefully punch a hole through the cardboard. Okay, push it through both sides. Make sure you've got a decent enough size hole to either thread through your pipe cleaners or your bread ties or cable ties, whatever you choose to use. Making sure that the loop you leave is big enough to fit through your axle, whether you're using dowel, paper. I'm using a straw here, okay? I've left my loop, I'm threading through, and I'm attaching my wheels. You'll notice I'm using two different types of wheels and axles just to show you that either will work effectively. Once you've attached your axles, you can tighten up your pipe cleaners or cable ties, whatever you're using. Don't make it too tight that your wheels can't spin. If you want to make a trailer, just attach another hole at the front. Put something attached there, like I'm using another pipe cleaner, just so that then you've got a pulley or something that can be pulled and attached to the pulley which we made last week. I hope you find this successful. Next week we'll design our own push or pull toy.